Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about why Biden might want to thank his lucky charms. The Republican Party has done everything within its power to connect Biden to inflation. If you live overseas, if you're watching this from overseas, you understand that doesn't make any sense because it's a global thing. Inflation is a global problem right now. But that hasn't stopped the Republican Party from lying to its base and trying to connect the two. And trying to reach into that independent group and connect Biden to inflation, make it seem as though it's his fault. They've actually had some success doing this. Here's the thing. Nobody's going to say that it's over. But there are some key elements that are starting to go the other way. Crude oil, lumber, used cars, cereal, and most importantly, shipping rates. The cost to ship one of those big containers, all of these things are going the other way now. Now, this isn't going to have an immediate effect, and something could still happen and send them back up. But at this moment, it looks like things are going to start to ease. Now, did Biden do this? With the exception of maybe a little bit of the crude prices? No, he didn't have anything to do with it. This actually doesn't really have much to do with the people in power. This is a market thing. Most of the inflation, in my opinion, was caused by companies jacking up prices much higher than they needed to in an attempt to make the money they didn't make during the pandemic, when the pandemic was in full swing and they were losing money because people weren't out. So they were trying to recoup that. They jacked up prices on consumers, and that, to me, seems to be where most of it came from. That's why there's record profits. But since the Republican Party has done a pretty good job of connecting Biden to inflation, Bidenflation, right? If it starts to go down and if things start to normalize before the midterms, they might be in trouble. There's still steady job growth. Everything else is looking pretty good. If inflation comes under control, it's going to definitely rob them of one of their talking points, one that they manufactured. They went out of their way to lie and create this, and it may end up making Biden look good, which is, to me, this is funny because it really isn't Biden, and they manufactured the talking point, and now it may actually... Anyway, so these trends, they're starting to move back down. It could take a month for this to start spreading, and it could go back up. This isn't an exact science, but you're starting to see these happening. But with the shipping rates going down, that's going to help across the board, and it's going to be harder and harder for companies to justify keeping the prices jacked up to make those profits. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.